I do think that there's going to be class action lawsuits. I really hope that Rosa's successful. And those of you who are in, say, really rural communities, like, I don't know, North Dakota, Wyoming, you have federal courthouses. You've got a much smaller population. It's probably incredibly easy to get in front of a judge. So, I'm not saying plagiarize, but you can take Rosa's filing as a guide, tweak what you can, throw your own name in there, and file your own case in a federal court in these small little communities. And you're probably very likely to not only just get a hearing, but get plenty of time to explain your case. So because the population is so much smaller than say North Florida. So, perhaps maybe you may want to think about doing something like that. It could help and go a long ways. Utilize a small population to your effect. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Contact your elected representatives. Go to them. Go to your congresspeople. Go to your senators. Go to your attorneys general at your various states and file complaints. Call the SEC. Go to the SEC complaint line on their website. Complain to FINRA itself. So there's records of that. So that if it needs to be, deposed from them, subpoenaed from them, that information can be used in court. Like, okay, we've got thousands of these complaints from all of these shareholders, and you guys didn't do anything about it. Why didn't you? If you're claiming you were protecting the shareholders, why are these shareholders claiming that you hurt them? Right? If you're protecting them, why did you hurt them? I just get so angry sometimes, baby. I didn't mean it. FINRA's the abuser here. They're trying to gaslight us, and they're hoping that the powers that be are so disinterested that they won't care. But we saw today, we got a response from Bernie Sanders. So that's a heavyweight. It was kind of a canned response, but still, it's that his office is aware. And if you are in a state where you were members of the Senate or House or on the finance committee, you are super important. In Washington, no one from my state is on the finance committee, so my representatives aren't as powerful as yours might be. So look up who's on the finance committee. Don't just write letters. Don't just phone call. Show up at their local office. Or if you're in DC, show up at everyone's office. Talk to everybody. You are in a super duper exclusive place if you are close to DC, and you can just get in the car, hop on a train, or walk down to the Capitol and start knocking on doors. You're like, hey, may I talk with you? You're on the finance committee there, Ayanna Presley, and I would love to sit down and chat to you about this particular stock and what FINRA, a non-governmental organization, did to screw over your constituents out of cajillions of dollars in order to protect a bunch of hedge fund dorks. And you lay it out with them, and they'll listen. They will. That's their job. That is literally their job, is to sit there and listen to constituents and to members of the public talk about things that they can fix. And if they're waving you off, let it be known. Say, hey, I went to so-and-so's office and they wouldn't listen to me. Get it out there. Start resharing on Twitter and Reddit. Be like, this particular congressperson does not care about you, the retail investor. And the fact is that most everyone who invests in this country is a retail investor and a constituent and a voter. They should care. And that could be a litmus test right there for worthiness of being elected office. If, they might give you lip service. They might sit down and listen to your issue and then never do anything about it. That's one thing. But if they're full on just like, I don't want to listen to it, then why are they even there? So, and if enough of us can contact them and talk to them and write letters and sing into a telephone or whatever it is we need to do, tag them on posts, make YouTube videos, Reddit posts, academic papers. I don't care. Just keep hammering and don't be quiet about it. That's what they're counting on. They're counting on us to get tired, and Christmas is coming up, and we're gonna lose interest, and the holidays and snowstorms or whatever, don't stop. Don't stop. If they don't close out these positions by December 28th, the last day of trading of this year, they're criming. There's a whole bunch of laws they have broken. They have to close everything before the end of this year. It cannot carry over into 2023. That would be against the law. All that stuff has to be closed. And so we have to keep harping on them, and harping and harping and harping, and getting law enforcement involved and regulators and everything else. So, like, we can fix this. It's just that we need to get the people who have the power to fix it to actually fix it. And 64,000 of you can definitely do it. And a lot of you are in multiple plays, and you can see, when I call this a litmus test, you can see exactly how it's a litmus test for this. In that, if they can do this to this stock, they will do the exact same thing to Ape. They'll do the same thing to GME if GME ever tries to leave the market and become a blockchain stock or anything like that. They will do it to all of them, and they'll never pay you. So, bring that up. Bring that up to elected representatives. They listen if you sit in front of them and talk to them about this. This is the type of crap that literally they can go with their committees on national television, bring out a bunch of jerk hedge fund people that everyone hates and chastise them in front of everybody. And be like, it's you, young man. You come before me telling me that you didn't naked short all these stocks. We have all this data showing you naked shorted them against the law. And under oath, you're telling me that you never did this? And they will just hammer these folks like crazy, man. They love that kind of showboating. So get them, go to them, call them, shake their hands. If they're doing a campaign event and you've got the $50 for, some crappy pancake breakfast, go. That's how it gets done. Get in front of these folks. And talk at them. Talk at their underlings. Because their underlings are the ones who will recommend, this person's legit. We want they've got legitimate concerns and your time is worth it. They do the scheduling. So I totally think, do it, man. Get out there in front of them. And I'm already 40 minutes behind. Okay. Houston when market crash. Amar, I don't know. Inflation is going down, but housing is still dying, and China is still not going to pay $14 trillion in bonds, and Europe has no electricity. So there's still a bunch of negatives. American markets seem to be doing just great, though. Everyone else, fuck them. That's kind of what they're saying. Okay.